The best part about Blade Trinity is how disgusted Blade was with the Nightstalkers. Vampires set up Blade for a murder of one of their familiars that he didn't commit, and now the feds are involved. Blade is captured and the authorities are arguing over who gets jurisdiction. We then discover one dude in the jurisdiction is working with these vampires, Danica, Asher, and Jarko. He drugs Blade and now they got him right where they want him. These vampires are taunting Blade saying, yeah, you're not so bad now. Anybody coming to save you, Blade? Your hairline won't save you. Those 2 box office movies you had before won't save you. So it looks like Blade is done. Then out of nowhere, we see this body go through the two-way mirror, burning up. And I'm like, oh shit. You gotta understand, seeing this for the first time in 2004, that shit looked cold. Then we see somebody jumping in, standing there, and the camera zooms into a name badge that says, hello, fuck you. And we get introduced to Hannibal King. I was excited to see Hannibal King because I knew him from the comics, and him and Blade go way back. He was turned into a vampire but never drank human blood. In Blade Trinity, he's a young guy and he just gets shit popping, unloading on these vampires. He gives Blade the stimulant to get him awake and he's fighting the vampires, and then Jarko sideswipes him. Jarko is choking the shit out of Hannibal King and Blade is taking his sweet time getting ready to get active. Blade finishes doing his mountain pose before getting Jarko the fuck up out of here. We then cut to Blade and Hannibal King fighting to get out of this facility, and Blade is just walking very casually like, yeah, this is a typical Wednesday for me. Hannibal King calls out Whistler and then we see this woman there and Blade's like, the fuck? Whistler is leading them to a way out. They get cornered and they're pinned down and Blade is like, he just leaves. King's like, where the fuck is he going? My man is mad because this is supposed to be rescued and Blade is just dipping like, yeah, I'm good. And I'll give Whistler credit because she's ricocheting shots around the corner with a bow and arrow. Your girl's hitting trick shot and she's got UV lights for vampires. Like, this shit's cold. They fight their way outside. They're surrounded by the authorities. They look up and they see Blade jumping down. My man lands and he's just looking at them. They're looking at him and he says, I forgot my sword. Now, why the authorities weren't just opening fire right here and now, I don't know, but they gave them the decency of waiting till their ride arrived. And this is where Blade gets introduced to everybody. He sees Hannibal King, and then Hannibal King introduces Whistler, the daughter of Blade's friend and former mentor. Whistler tells Blade that she told her father she wanted in and she's been doing it ever since, and they take Blade to their hideout. Blade's looking around the facility and Hannibal King introduces everybody else and tells Blade they call themselves the Nightstalkers. In Marvel Comics, the Nightstalkers were Frank Drake, a vampire hunter, Blade, and Hannibal King, who was a private detective. The three of them had their own investigation agency called Frank, Drake, and King, and they were gathered together as Nightstalkers by Doctor Strange. I was excited to see the Nightstalkers like we did in the comics, but this ain't the comics, and Blade is not impressed with these motherfuckers either. He's like, Nightstalkers? Sounds like some bullshit Saturday morning cartoon. Blade's asking, all right, how many of you are there? And King tells them we operate in sleeper cells. When one goes down, another one activates. Blade was okay until the getaway driver said, consider us your reinforcement, and that set Blade off. Blade said, y'all are supposed to be helping me, but he said it in the tone of Kobe Bryant in that one practice. Y'all motherfuckers ain't doing shit for me. They are lined up for Blade to just flame. He's like, look at you. You're kids. I see Lucky Charms in the pantry over there. Y'all just got off of sippy cups. You ain't ready to roll with this. Then he just starts roasting how they're dressed. He's like, look at you. Look at the way you dress. That shit's supposed to be tactical? None of this shit is tactical. Y'all out here dressed like you just walked out of PacSun, Hot Topic, and Billabong and think you ready to rock with this? My favorite part is when he looks at Hannibal King's name badge saying, hello, my name is fuck you. What's this? What's that? Is that a joke? And he just straight up says, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all think this is a joke? Y'all think this is a fucking sitcom? That shit kills me each time. And it reminds me of Stone Cold Steve Austin when he first started doing the what chant and he was talking to Hugh Morris. Stone Cold was like, your name is Hugh Morris. What? Is that funny? Is that humorous? Are you here to make me laugh? What? That's the same tone Blade gave Hannibal King. And I felt bad because I thought that shit was hilarious when he first arrived. But Blade is ripping him like, that's funny to you? What? Is fighting vampires fun for you? What? I die every time. And Hannibal King brings up a good point. He's like, first off, rude. Secondly, I'm pretty sure we saved you back there. And Blade's like, oh, you saved me. Back when Hannibal was getting choked out by Jarko. Blade said, yeah, I'm impressed. By the way, that's sarcasm. I'm not impressed. Then Whistler has to tell Blade, look, my father wanted us to help you whether you like it or not. Blade's like, I don't fucking like this. What the fuck do y'all know about hunting vampires? And that's when Hannibal King reveals he used to be one. Weird place to get your familiar tattoo, but whatever. Blade Trinity has its issues, but that scene alone saved the movie for me. I can get through it because I love whenever Blade gets so upset that he loses his cool. This whole scene had the same energy as, motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind? Which is my favorite thing about Blade. Whenever he drops the stoicness, I don't care. Still one of the best trilogies to ever do it.